My name's Leith Swanson. I'm the founder of the Global Oceanic Foundation. I grew up living overseas for 9 years, lived in several countries, and spent my junior year of college in Rome, Italy, and was hired in 1971 as the advance man for the Chapman College World Campus Afloat program. And my job was to fly ahead of the ship and set up their academic programs in each country. And I did that for 3 years and visited 60, 70 countries over that 3-year period of time representing that program. This background gave me an intimate vision for shipboard education and specifically how it could be improved upon. In 1986, I invited Jesus Christ into my heart as my Lord and Savior. And through prayer, God showed me that this vision that I'd had for a shipboard program could be a Christian program. We will bring together Christian students representing different colleges and universities from countries throughout the world for a 4-month or 1-semester academic program under the teaching and mentorship of gifted international Christian university professors, Bible scholars, and ministry professionals, and visit 10 to 14 countries as the ship circumnavigates the globe twice a year.
Yeah, I think it'd just be so fantastic to be able to take kids and expose them to the world and let them see the world and experience the world, but through a Christian vision and a Christian mechanism.
The monumental idea of Global Oceanic is the idea of students traveling around the world together, learning, and yet at the same time preparing themselves culturally for the country they're about to visit.
So the first part of the program will be a 7-day orientation as the ship transits the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean on its outbound journey. The second part will be the 3.5-month circumnavigation of the globe, and the third part will be the 7-day re-entry or debriefing that will occur as the ship returns to the United States during its passage back across the Atlantic or Pacific.
This is a seed that was planted through Leith. It's really his vision for a project, but it's expanded far beyond that. And I think even in the initial conception of the plan, we just realized that we were going to need to get a really good advisory group together.
I knew that I needed a lot of godly counsel to put this vision on paper. So God raised a advisory board up that consists of 12 people. We had our first meeting together in May of 2007. I wanted the advisory board to understand that this is not just something that is a dream, but could very well happen.
I was studying in San Luis Obispo at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and I discovered a program called Cal Poly at Sea, and it traveled all around the South Pacific. Just kind of something that you'd never be able to get anywhere else.
There were 150 students from about 50 different countries. We traveled to 11 different countries throughout Southeast Asia, India, Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. It was amazing studying not only on a ship and living on a ship for 4 months, but to live in a community with students from all around the world.
It was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience and something I'll never forget.
One of the most incredible experiences of my life, to just be surrounded by that international community, but there was definitely something missing.
People were there to do their thing and travel and party.
I felt that there was a lacking of an absolute truth that everyone could agree on.
Actually, I did go to an orphanage when we went to Fiji. That was definitely like a highlight of my trip, and most of the people that went to the orphanage weren't even Christians, and it was a highlight for them too. There was something missing in the sense that pretty much everything was missing. Bible studies, Christian leaders, ministry opportunities on land. Like, there's none of that.
Global Oceanic would be an incredible opportunity to study abroad, to travel around the world in an environment that is rooted in biblical truth.
And especially on campuses that aren't necessarily Christian, to give people the opportunity to grow in their faith and mature and see what's out there.
When we're doing our world tours of our movies, we're constantly running into people where they want to go farther with God and they want to go out on the mission field, and they want to get to know this world, by being God's hands and His feet and sharing His truth with this generation.
It's wonderful when some student can go to a study abroad program. What this has going for it is not just the Christian element. We're not just visiting a culture, we're learning from that culture and learning how we might transform different parts of that culture and how that culture may transform us.
Global Oceanic would be just an amazing opportunity for college students to see the world. It's just so exciting to know that this could happen. Students will be on a ship, they will be networking, building relationships, and then be out in the world, being a part of what God's doing all over the place.
I mean, there's tons of different study abroad opportunities that you can do, but there's nothing as radical as going and traveling and seeing the world and to see all of the amazing sights and meet the most amazing people.
You can read stories and sit in Sunday school and learn Bible lessons, but to actually put into action your faith is just such an amazing opportunity, and that's really what I see what Global Oceanic is all about. When I look back on my life, some of the people who have affected me the most have just been these amazing professors and Christian leaders in the church, and just the proximity of being able to be near them and learn from them, not only in a classroom, but be able to go into different countries every week and use the things that they're teaching just in everyday life.
You can imagine spending 4 months together and creatively thinking through how God could use what's happening in the world today and use the technologies that are at our fingertips to reach the world for Jesus Christ. The idea behind this vision is to create a legacy of young, committed Christian leaders that are trained and raised up to reach the world for Jesus Christ.
To travel, and to travel in this way where you're actually in community, your life's being changed, you're learning, your life's being changed, and this is absolutely the thing that young people want to do and the thing that young people should be doing.
We have a generation of young people who love God's creation. And I think Global Oceanic could be a way that God could use that energy to reach the world for His kingdom.
It is a very big vision, but it's one that there's a lot of momentum for. A lot of people are getting involved with, and under Leith's guidance and vision, it's something I'm really confident will come to fruition.
The Global Oceanic vision and ministry was birthed in prayer. Prayer is the platform upon which we've taken the steps to get to this point. I would love to invite anybody to pray, to join us in prayer.
In this generation of Christians, there is a movement of wanting to spread the gospel into the world. Global Oceanic is that vehicle of spreading love throughout the world, and it is an opportunity for Christians to get out of their university, out of their city, and really out of their comfort zone and be a part of what God's doing all over the world.